This is the end of an era, and many people in the industry say is the beginning of a new collaboration with an even bigger brand like Nike or Gucci. Is this just a marketing strategy, or is this one of the biggest scandals in the business industry? In this video, you will find out what happened between the famous Yeezy and Adidas, a fashion giant. The rapper Kanye West has cut ties with the fashion giant Adidas, which has stated that it does not allow anti-Semitism and any other type of hate speech. After Kanye West displayed a White Lives Matter t-shirt design at Paris Fashion Week, Adidas' Yeezy brand relationship with him was placed on hold. A few days later, the rapper made anti-Semitic comments on Twitter. Adidas announced that his products will be immediately removed from the market. The sportswear firm has previously stated that the Yeezy brand's partnership with Yeezy was one of its most successful ventures. Adidas estimates that by ending the contract, it will suffer a net loss of £217 million in 2022. Yeezy, who has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, also had claimed in a since-deleted post on Instagram that Adidas had stolen his designs. Adidas said in a news release, Adidas rejects all forms of hate speech, including anti-Semitism. Yeezy has recently made remarks and taken acts that are inappropriate, dangerous, and go against company's values of inclusiveness, respect, and justice. Following his anti-Semitic comments, Yeezy's accounts were suspended on Instagram and Twitter. David Schwimmer, a former Friends actor, including Yeezy's ex-wife Kim Kardashian, a reality TV star who is presently pursuing a law degree, were among the famous people who condemned Yeezy's anti-Semitic comments. Ms. Kardashian wrote on Twitter on Monday, "Hate speech is never acceptable or justified. I insist that the awful, offensive remarks directed at the Jewish community cease immediately." Yeezy's commercial alliances are likewise coming under more and more strain. In recent months, Bank J.P. Morgan and the clothing brand Gap both announced that they were ending their collaboration with Yeezy. The rapper claimed that Gap had broken their agreement by failing to create freestanding outlets for his Yeezy clothing line, among other things. In a statement released on Tuesday, Gap said that it would be taking Yeezy Gap merchandise out of its shops and shutting down the YeezyGap.com website. Adidas reviewed its connection with Yeezy when he wore a White Lives Matter t-shirt, but the firm did not cite the collection specifically as the cause of the review. It informed the BBC that it had decided to examine the collaboration after multiple efforts to quietly resolve the problem following Kanye's accusation that it had stolen his designs. Kanye's relationships with high-end fashion label Balenciaga and Talent Scouts Creative Artists Agency were also terminated earlier in the month of October. Foot Locker also announced that it will stop carrying Yeezy merchandise, and TJ Maxx soon afterwards announced that it would stop buying the products for in-store sales. The MRC, a production firm for movies and television, announced on Monday that it will not be screening its recently finished documentary about the rapper. Yeezy made outrageous remarks, including anti-Semitic conspiracy theories, during his appearance on a Drink Champs podcast episode in the weekend of October 16th. "I may say anti-Semitic things, and Adidas can't drop me," he stated, referring specifically to the athletic brand. Now what? That seems to be the case for a few days. Over a week after the podcast's broadcast, on Tuesday, October 25th, Adidas finally revealed that it was cutting connections with Yeezy. After the announcement, Adidas stock dropped as much as 8%, though it has subsequently recovered some of those losses. Adidas had previously issued a profit prediction for 2022 that included a warning that the company's business in China was deteriorating and that customer demand in important Western regions was declining. In addition, the company is looking for a new CEO after revealing in August that Kasper Rorsted, the current CEO, will be stepping down in 2023. Adidas has an obligation to its stockholders in terms of money. It must be certain that leaving such a profitable arrangement is the best choice before doing so. According to Hand, the majority of publicly traded organizations are heavily reliant on financial judgments, above and beyond decisions that may be more aligned with mission. However, procrastination has a price. The business's reputation could be harmed. Gilman added that it is still unclear whether that will occur in this instance. Depending on how strong the brand was to begin with, Gilman added, what they'll lose will vary. According to Morgan Stanley, Adidas sold roughly $2 billion worth of Yeezy products last year, accounting for 8% of the company's overall revenue. Adidas received additional shelf space in retailers and drew in new customers thanks to the range. Campaign Against Anti-Semitism spokeswoman stated, Adidas has finally discontinued relations with Yeezy and joined other businesses and agencies. Without the nearly 175,000 people who signed our petition and the celebrities and influencers on both sides of the Atlantic and all around the world who helped promote it and amplified the message, this would not have been possible. Additionally, Kanye West fell off of Forbes magazine's list of billionaires. According to the magazine, Kanye's net worth decreased from $1.5 billion to $400 million as a consequence of the loss of the Adidas agreement. Kanye West is now back on Instagram and Twitter, since the founder of SpaceX and Tesla, Elon Musk, is the owner of Twitter. A photograph that went viral this past weekend appears to have been Adidas' final straw. A small number of protesters can be seen in photos taken from a Los Angeles highway bridge raising their arms in what looks to be the Nazi salute and holding signs that read "Honk if you know" and "Kanye is right about the Jews." As that picture gained popularity online, pressure grew on Adidas to make a statement. Not just Adidas, but also the other corporations who severed connections with Kanye this week, according to Amy Chandler, Associate Professor of Public Relations at the Boston University College of Communication. The incident woke these companies up. It's not just Kanye talking to Kanye, there are other individuals who are listening, they realized as a result. Companies don't want to be associated with those who supported Kanye's hateful speech. Their viewpoint is that we can't be at all identified, even a second-degree affiliation, with these hate groups, according to Chandler. Regarding the earlier events, Chandler said that despite criticism, businesses often don't realize when something goes too far. Additionally, businesses can worry that by commenting on a contentious situation, they'll wind up making it public. They are also anxious about being the first to speak up. Being first makes you more noticeable and the first brand that people mention, according to Chandler. Jumping on that bandwagon is a lot easier when you're not the first. Do you think Kanye West went too far or Adidas overreacted in this scandal? Tell us what you think and hit the subscribe button and like this video so you don't miss the next video.